I'm sorry I'm late, guys. I'm very late, but I'm here. So let's be glad about that. It was a family day today. One of my granddaughters, but no, I'm lying. Two of my granddaughters' birthdays. So I've been over in Essex land and I didn't get back until 7:45, and then I needed to watch Strictly. So yeah, that's why I'm late. So sorry. Can you please share this so that everyone knows I'm live, if you wouldn't mind? So, I've been sat there watching Strictly. Hi, Rye, and hi, Skip. Can you please share that I'm live, if you wouldn't mind? Hi, Faraya. Right, I'm going to do it as well. I can't get everybody to do my own dirty work, can I? There's been a lot going on this week. I've had a very, very busy week. I have been shattered. So once again, I didn't put up another video. I'm just rubbish at this. All I seem to be doing at the moment is doing lives, which isn't really what I want to be doing. I want to be doing videos as well. And there's a lot to talk about, isn't there, guys? So I need to get my finger out. Stop messing around. So let me just see what I can put on here. If I can just put that one up. Plus my computer is running so slow. Everyone said, oh, get a Mac, they're really good, they're really good. Well, mine's just so slow at the moment, guys. Right, probably because I've got too much going on. I've got millions and millions of videos on there. I'm trying to I'm trying to get this. Yeah, that would do. Put that one on. Just so I can put that on Twitter and say I'm live. I'm live. So I'm going to leave it up to you guys to decide what we talk about again. If you have anything you'd like to talk about. So let's just get that on the old twit. There, it's on there. It's not actually 21%. Anyway, how are we? Are we all good? Are we good? Busy day. It was, as I said, I've got two granddaughters the other tomorrow. So I take all their gifts over today, and we had a party in a gym, and it was a climbing wall. So everybody was climbing the walls, apart from me. Do you know what I mean? It's a sort of climbing thing. No, I wasn't going to be doing that. No. So I'm lagging. It's probably my computer. Is it better now? Is it better? If not, I shall go away and come back again. Is it still glitching? That'll be my computer, I guess. Unless it's YouTube. Could be that as well. Can you please tell me if it's improved or not? No, I can't read that because I've got the wrong blooming glasses on. I'm such a twonk. I really am. I'm thirsty. I just sat there and watched the end of Strictly because I thought I want to see who went, and thank God David went. Thank you, Lord. Wasn't he dreadful? He was absolutely. The video quality is bad. Why is that? Do you know what? That happened last week as well, didn't it? Is it still bad? How am I going to do this now? What can I do to make this better for you? Am I pop out chat toggles? No, I can't say. Hi, Jacko. I can't see. Well, I can't see why it's wrong. Your brother's just got back from a kid's party at 6:15. God, yeah, that is late. 6:30 to 6:15 to 9:30 for 5-year-olds. That's really late, isn't it? Guys, what shall I do about this stream? Shall I restart it if it's that bad? Is it so bad that it needs to be restarted? I need to start getting things off my computer. I need to start, every so often you're meant to clean your computer. I haven't done it for a while, so I need to do that. But I don't think it's a good idea to do it now. It's a bit better now. Thank goodness for that. Mind you, you don't want to look too clear. I mean, makeup's all come off. I did have makeup on for the kids' party because we didn't want to frighten anyone. But it's worn off now. There's a bit of a drive. So, what have we all been up to? What shall we talk about, guys? There's so much to talk about. Yeah, Strictly, as I've already said, thank God that man has gone. He was up against Mike. I mean, really, that Mike's not that much better than him, to be honest, but they couldn't save him for a third week. Come on, guys, let's be realistic. It shouldn't happen. Hi, Billy Lane. How are you? It looks like we've only got the Brits in so far. What are the Americans doing, I wonder? Are they all in church? I wonder. I wonder. Don't know what I'm singing. Let's see if I can get any of my mods to come in. That'd be nice, wouldn't it? Nice to be supported. Anyway, I should just let them know my computer's just been a bit of a pain in the bum at the moment. Right. Let's put that. See if they fancy coming in. Oh, dearie me. I'm all exhausted, so I had to drive back from Essex Land, and that was okay. The team didn't come with me because he was working today, so I get a text when I'm halfway home. What are we having for dinner? But really? I said, well, I don't know. Have a look, see what's in the freezer. So I've missed out on dinner because there were chips there at the party. So I had a few of those. And that's it, really. So I need to eat something. I don't know what I'm going to eat. I'll do it after I've eaten. Hi, Tam. How are you? Saffron was great. She was. I was really. Do you know what? I kept stopping it and rewinding it and playing her again. I couldn't believe how good she was this week. Such a good partnership with AJ. I really thought she did brilliantly well. I'm glad Michelle got through, but I think she scraped through. She wasn't as good as she has been. Maybe it was just the dance. Did I see the England game? No. What happened in the England game? Fariah's got a funny story to tell us. Come on then, tell me about it. Jan, you should have popped in if you were in Essex. I couldn't, love. I couldn't. I had to go to my granddaughter's birthday party. Next week. No, I think the week after next is the other one's birthday. I think she's having a spa birthday, sort of a spa thing. So I should be going there. I doubt if I'll be getting in the spa because it'll be full of 10-year-olds. I don't think they want this heavy lump in there. You're warming to Saffron. Yes, I am as well. My mum has a stone in her back. How did she do that? How can you get a stone in your back? Alex was good finally. Yes. Do you know what it is? She's too self-conscious. You get some of these famous people on there and they're too self-conscious, guys. So they can't sort of just let themselves go, which is a shame because if they did, they'd be much better. I'm not saying that they're suddenly going to be able to dance because if you can't dance, you can't dance. That's the end of it. But they would be able to, they'd be better. Put it that way. if I went on there, I'd just throw caution to the wind and really dance. As long as you know the steps, which I probably wouldn't do. I told you, the times that I've had to learn choreographed steps have never ended well. Once I went to my daughter's tap class, which I probably told you about, I never realised how what's the word? Synchronized I was. I always thought I was a decent dancer. I can, move to the beat. I like the beat. But in tap, blimey, you've got to shuffle your front foot and then click it down at front foot. I don't know what I'm talking about. Anyway, she put me at the back. Mum, go to the back of the class. So I was at the back of the class. It was a farce. And I couldn't stop laughing. And she was like, Mum, shush. So I'm clumpity clumping. Everybody else is doing it in time. I'm doing it out of time. So I think I went to a couple of classes and then I thought, this isn't going to happen. It's just not going to happen, guys. So that was the end of that one. And then I was going to do this show. And again, it was tap dancing in it. I don't know why I thought I'd do it. But anyway, I got the part. And it was about a dance class, ironically. So my thought process was that I would learn as, the rehearsals went along. And then by the time the show started, I'd be an accomplished dancer. Didn't happen like that. I was still not able to dance properly. I can't do it. I think I'm what's known as a free-spirited dancer. That's me. Don't expect me to do it in like when everyone else does it. I'll do it in my own time. Oh dear. So, what have we got to say? Are you off? Are you, McKinley? Okay, darling. Catherine was rubbish. Oh, I quite liked Catherine. Who was she with? Oh no, I quite like her. I've never seen her before in my life, so I didn't know who she was, but I thought she was all right. Skip a Google. It's hard to explain. God, this is what happens when I try and read back. Katie is so annoying on Strictly this year. Katie. Who's Katie? Katie? Who's Katie? Please tell me who Katie is. I don't know who that is. No. No idea. My brother is 16 now. Happy birthday to McKinley's brother. Alex was good, yeah. Not 15, but 16. Michelle wasn't good. No chemistry at all with Gio. It's very difficult for her to have chemistry with somebody who's half her age, isn't it? Is he half her age? He could be. But no, I think it was down to the choreography and the lack of hip movement. She did a salsa, didn't she? Which is all hips and undulating your body and your lower body. And she didn't do any of that. All she did was like the straight legged thing and then posed, which isn't the same as if you're moving your hips around. So, yeah, I think that was down to choreography. And for some reason, Giovanni decided to give her that choreography. Maybe she's not able to do the hip movements. Who knows? But that's what I feel was the situation there. Jan, today I had a Sunday dinner with some tonic water and a what? Cold glass of a beverage. Oh, that must be nice for you, Jacko. Everyone having about the group routine. It was amazing. And did you notice that Johannes was wearing heels? He was wearing heels. Wow. Wow, I was really impressed. It was so good. I'm glad I've taped it. I had to text the boy and said, make sure that you record the Strictly results show. Otherwise, you're moving out. By the time I get home, have your bags packed, be gone, because you've got to tape it. Well, he did tape it, so that's all right. He's still here. Hi, Laura. How are you, darling? I hope you're well. Oh, yeah, you said about... Yeah, Johannes in Heels. It was brilliant. I thought it was brilliant. Katya, she managed to stay in there by the skin of her teeth, didn't she? I reckon she'll be out next week, though. I don't think Mike's going to last much longer. I loved having Alfonso on there, though. How brilliant is he? I just love him. I wish he was on it every week. Going to have a full English breakfast too, Jan. Are you? Nice. What about Donald from the footy? What? Rivalry in your science teacher? No idea what you're talking about there, love. No idea. I don't know. You keep bringing up this Donald from the footy. I don't know who he is. I don't. Who watched the Shane Dawson Jeffree Star video? And if you did, what did you think? Personally, I think it's a lot of hoo-ha over nothing. Jeffree Star is a brilliant businessman, and it's hard to believe that Shane is quite as naive as he portrays himself to be, as a very rich man. He's a rich man. Who's he trying to kid? And they're bringing out a makeup palette. So I'm not going to buy it. Guess what? Oh, you're dying. Oh, mind you, there's no Americans in anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Who's this we've got here? Is that... Oh, God, I've got the wrong glasses on. Something Grace. What is it? I haven't got my reading glasses on, so I can't read it. Hi. Anyway. I'm terrible. Anyway, my daughter, my other granddaughter, will be 10 on the 30th. My daughter said to me, oh, Mum, I bought her some makeup. So I said, oh, have you? I said, which makeup have you bought her? James Charles. I went, have you? So what did you buy James Charles for? She said, because it was cheaper. I said, so you got the mini palette? So she said, yeah. So I said, oh, okay. Well, I feel like I can't slag it off because my granddaughter, she said, oh, the kids all said that they liked that one. And the YouTuber that my granddaughter watches uses the James Charles one. I said, well, you should have got a Jeffree Star, really. So she said, well, no, because she wants to be in with all her friends and they all like James Charles. Who would have thought it? They're only 10. 10! I said to her, you do realise that when he goes to festivals, he's got his backside on show. I'm not sure she should be following him. She's only 10. And my daughter said, but Mum, I don't think she watches any of his YouTube channels. I said, well, I blooming hope not. Not happy about that. I was dumbstruck. So I don't know where my friends are. Are they not coming in? Scroll up for your story, says Faraya. My brother, I've got the wrong glasses on. My brother Moses went for a kid's birthday after school. I walked in to watch him, and it must have been the worst party ever. No music or games. And Moses ended up in a fight with a boy. Oh, that sounds wonderful. Yeah. It sounds like an Essex type party. Shouldn't say that, really. That's not very nice, is it? That's quite horrid. Right, where are my boys? Are they not coming in? Right. Oh, hang on. Right, send that and see if they turn up. Yeah, don't write long reams because I've got the wrong glasses on and I don't know where they are. I literally ran in. What did I do? I didn't even make myself a cup of tea. No, I'm lying. I did make myself a cup of coffee. And then I sat down, quickly watched Strictly and came straight on. So that's why. Oh, hi, Gary. I was wondering where you were. So I've got a mod. Oh, that's good. No Ollie tonight, I see. What do you like better, Jan? A cup of coffee or a cup of tea? That's a difficult one, you know, because my routine in the morning is cup of tea. Start with tea. I can't have coffee first thing in the morning. And then after I've drunk that and I've taken my pills, I then have a cup of coffee. And then for the rest of the day, I sort of alternate, sometimes coffee, sometimes tea. I'm a fan of Costa latte. So if I'm out, I'll try and get myself coffee there. They do a nice tea as well. So I'm really half and half. Half and half. Bit like me. Half black, half white. There you go. Hey, I'm like that with my coffee. Oh hi Ollie, you are in. Hi darling. Jan, say hi to my granddad, Colin. He's staying over until after Christmas, until his house is done. Hi, Colin. How you doing, you old codger? I hope you're well. I hope your house is good. Oh, so he's having a new house built, is he? Lucky Colin. Speak and I shall appear. Jan, the mum of the child whose party it was, always looks so scruffy. She didn't even bother with that party. I think that's a real shame. I don't think it's a funny story. I think it's a real shame for the kid. I do. You know, if she can't afford to have a party, then don't have a party. I mean, how hard is it to put a bit of music on? I bet she's got a mobile phone. She could have put music on the mobile phone. She could have, you know, bought a bag of balloons. You know, it doesn't take much. Kids are very easily, you know, made happy. That wasn't very good English at all. Hi, Danish. How are you? Yeah, I'm sorry I'm late, guys. Saw chapter 2 as well this week, Brandon. Bit of a disappointment. No idea what you're talking about. I'm rubbish at this, I really am. Anyway, so, are we talking about the Shane Dawson video? What do we think about that? Is there any drama on Twitter? Do you know, I stay off it. In the end, it just gets right on my nerves. And I think, do you know what? I can't be bothered. I've been doing a lot of artwork, guys. So if you want to see any of that, pop over to my Instagram because I do often post on there. I'm invisible on Twitter. It's lovely. I float around Twitter. Nobody takes any notice of me. Put up the occasional video. Yeah, ignored. A bit like YouTube. Yeah. It doesn't do much for the self-esteem, but hey, kind of used to it now. Hello, Grace. I'm fine, thank you. I've had a very, very busy week. So I'm a bit sort of knackered. I had this awful dream last night. I dreamt, I can still remember it. I don't want to go back to it. Why can you always remember the horrible dreams, but you can't remember the good ones? Sometimes I try and remember a good one, especially if it's a bit of a naughty one. I think, oh, please remind me when I get into bed. I hope I can remember it, and I never can. Anyway, I had this dream where I found myself in the middle of this city. I was staying in a hotel with a very famous person in the middle of this city. It was an European city. I didn't know where it was. And he went out and I went to follow him. I think I might have been with the family as well. So I went to follow him because he'd sort of gone out for a walk, and then we met up and he said, "Oh, I'm flying home tomorrow." So I said, "Oh, I thought you were staying for the whole time we were here." And he said, "No, I'm flying off tomorrow." I went, "Oh, well, that's a shame." And then he disappeared. Somehow he disappeared. So I'm left in the middle of this foreign European country. It must have been a city. It was a city. I didn't know where I was. So in this dream, I'm trying to work out where I am. I'm looking for all these landmines. Landmines? I need to go and have a lie down, guys. I really do. I was looking for all these landmarks and I was looking around trying to work out what city I was in. And I wasn't in Paris. I didn't recognize, I couldn't see the Eiffel Tower. And I was trying to listen to people so that I could get what language they were speaking. I couldn't understand what language they were speaking. And it was really scary. And it's like, I don't know where I am. And it wasn't Berlin because I couldn't I thought, no, I didn't know where I was, guys. So the whole of this dream is me looking around for landmarks to see which foreign city I was in. How bizarre. It was weird. I never found out. In my dream, I'm still wandering around there. And the thing is, all I had to do was ask someone, which country are we in? And then I thought, I can't ask people that because they're going to think I'm mad. She doesn't even know what country she's in. So I thought, oh, maybe I won't ask. And I looked at all the people and they weren't very friendly looking people. So I didn't want to stop any of them and say, where am I? And I walked for miles and miles and miles, guys. I was exhausted and then I thought, look for the hotel. Maybe you'll remember it when you see the hotel. So I was looking around and I kept seeing this Radisson. And I thought, well, I can't remember booking the Radisson. And you wonder why I'm the way I am. If I have dreams like that, there's just no hope for me, really, guys, is there? Honestly, I was petrified. I woke up in a hot sweat. It was really weird. Oh dear. Right, okay, but oh right, so someone's been to see the Joker. I wonder whether I'm not sure we were talking about that. Myself, my son, and my daughter were talking about it the other day. Can't remember what they said. I think the boys seen it. I'm drinking the dregs of this because I haven't got anything. I'm just a wreck tonight, guys. Yeah, I don't know if I want to see it. Oh, I tell you the film that I was tempted to go and see, and that was Judy Garland. Mike blocked you on. Ryan got blocked on Twitter by Mike because you said he was rubbish. That's made me laugh. I don't know why. Right. What was I saying? I wanted to see the Judy Garland song because I love musicals, because I'm like that. And but my daughter went to see it. She said, "Mum, I don't think you're going to like it." So I said, "Why not?" She said, "Because it's all about her as an adult when she's got all these problems. She's an alcoholic and a druggie and all this. So it's all very dark," she said. And they sort of show you her in her childhood, and she didn't have a very good childhood and blah, blah, blah. So I thought, oh, no, not another film where I'm going to be boo-hooing in the back. So I don't think I'm going to go and see it, guys, which is a shame because I really wanted to see that. I really wanted to see it. Now I've got to try and read this, but I'm going to read it from afar because I think I'll be able to read it better with my glasses. Yeah, so we've got Bipolar Corner in, my mate, who is going through quite an upsetting time at the moment because his beloved dog is poorly and having to have treatment. If you want to find out a little bit more about it, can you check out his channel, because he's put up a video about it. He's also, because prices in America are extortionate. I mean, they're like that for the vet here, but it seems to me in America they're even worse. So poor Gary has this poorly dog that needs lots of tests and needs lots of treatment, and in fact tomorrow is going to have be spayed. So I think, you know, if you're an animal lover, you may want to see what exactly has been happening to poor young Harley. She's only 4, guys, which isn't old. And so if you wouldn't mind having a look at Bipolar Corner's site, his channel, he's started a GoFundMe because he needs some money to get this poor thing seen to. I shouldn't call her a poor thing, poor Harley, put right. There's still a lot to be done. There's still a long way for her to go before she's right again. But at least if she has the appointments with the vets, hopefully she'll be sorted. So if you wouldn't mind popping over there, that would be really nice. I think for Gary and also for Harley. I love who? I can't read that. Can't read it. Can't read it, Ollie. Sorry, darling. If you just write a little bit at a time, I might be able to work it out. Where's the glass of molasses? Where should I put my hat? No. Okay. Aska's asleep. There she is. Can't see her. Yeah. So let's see. I just realised his book. I find his many rose teeth way too artificial. Who are you talking about there? Yeah, I don't think I know what you're talking about. You were in Don Mond's city. Oh, was I? I remember though, in that I was looking around and thinking, I don't like this city. It's not a very nice city. It's horrible. And yet all the other cities I like. I love London City. I love capital cities. So I love London. Obviously, I'd recognise that. I love Paris. I like to think I'd recognise that. I like Berlin. I'd recognise that. So it was somewhere. I don't know where it was. I think it might have been Moscow. Hi, Dre. Nice to see you. Yes, Gary Unfiltered. Yeah, I'm not sure actually, Gary. If you wouldn't mind, can you put a link to your channel, darling? And you can also put your GoFundMe thing in here if it allows it. My nan saw Judy and loved it. Apparently, it's just a really interesting character study, and there's so much about her life that was never really tapped into. Yes, I understand that. Yes, and her addiction stuff was heartbreaking. Yeah, see, I could probably watch that. The thing I would have trouble with is the abuse of her as a child. I love kids, guys, and you know, if I was to watch that where she's been abused as a child, I think that would really upset me. So I don't know if I'm going to see it. I think I'll wait until it comes out and then watch it, and then at least I can stop it if it gets too upsetting for me. And it's embarrassing anyway when you're blooming in the cinema and you're blooming crying. God, I do it all the blooming time. So embarrassing because I'm not a pretty crier. I'm a right ugly crier. Hard to believe, I know. Oh dear. So yeah, so I think if we can all say, I don't know if any of you are religious. I'm not Am I religious? I am. I suppose I am. I grew up, was brought up, I was scruff of the neck, by the Christians. Church of England, we call it. Unbeknownst to me, the Americans haven't heard of Church of England because I was talking to somebody, I think it might have been my mate Gaza, and I said Church of England and he hadn't heard of it, which I thought was a bit strange. I thought everyone knew Church of England. So I then had to explain it was Christian because there's all different religions. Yeah, right. My stance on religion is I think everyone should have one. And that's in all seriousness. I do. I feel bad for atheists. And the reason I feel bad for atheists is because I think it's really important to have a faith, whatever the faith is. Having said that, I have to say, I mean, I had all my 4 kids are christened, baptized, because as their parent, I think it was my responsibility to have them christened into a faith. Whether they choose to follow that faith when they're older is entirely up to them. 2 faiths. I married a Irish Catholic, so the teen is Catholic. My other children are Church of England, Anglican. Now, I will say all of them are now, if they were asked, they would say they're atheists. And that really upsets me, actually. I will say one of them married a Greek. And so she had her daughter christened. What's she ever christened? Greek Orthodox? No, not Orthodox. Anyway, some sort of Greek thing. So good at this. Don't know why I started talking about this. Anyway, so what I was going to say was I believe in the power of prayer. Okay, I don't know whether you guys do. It's not up for debate at the moment because I can't read very well. So what I will say is I do believe in the power of prayer. And the reason I believe in the power of prayer is because I think it's the only way I'm still here. Because it hasn't been an easy ride. What's that? Oh, for some reason, that's really odd, guys. I didn't touch my phone, and all of a sudden, up here, you know when you get the thing when you do like the voice thing, and you tap it and you say something, and it comes up. I hadn't touched it, and up there, something came up here, so I went like that, and it put still here. How weird is that? I like that. I like to think there's something there. And that's what I think with religion. I'm not saying as a Christian that I believe everything that's written in the Bible. But I have the utmost respect for people's religions. I don't care what they are. I don't care if they are Jewish, Christian, Catholic, Hebrew is the same. Islam, whatever, Sikh, Muslim, I don't care. We should all respect other people's religions. That's how I feel. Because as a human being, we have a right to have a faith. That's it. That's what I'm going to say. So what I was going to say, this long story, what I was actually going to say was, what I'd like you to do, if possible, if you do believe in the power of prayer, is to say a prayer for my mate Gary and his dog. Because his dog is there to help Gary, who has certain issues, like we all have, and Gary would be lost without Harley. So please, if you do believe in the power of prayer, please say a prayer. That's it. That's it. That's all I've gotta say. Okay, gotta get on. Oh, I can't read that. Um, so I'm a celebrity. Get me out of here. Trailer is out. Oh, is it? Who's going in? Kate Garraway is rumoured to go in. She's not going to last 5 minutes, is she? What? Gemma Collins is going back in again. Stop it. Stop it. Why do they keep giving this lump of uselessness money to be a pure lump of uselessness? I don't get it. It's not fair. There's people out in the world who deserve a much better life than they're given. And then you've got the likes of Gemma Collins, who is foul. She's vile. She's talentless. And they keep giving her money to act like an idiot. Oh, if she won't stay for more than 5 minutes. I'm really struggling with these glasses today. Brandon, I can't read that. If any of you watch the series Benidorm, they're making a film next year. Do you know what? When Benidorm first came out, I really liked it. I thought it was funny. I thought it was different, and I really enjoyed it. Then I just thought it got a bit silly. It got. I know it's a silly program. I know it's it's a comedy, but I just found it too silly. So I've not watched it for a long time. What? Piers Morgan trolling again, saying Saffron should have gone. Why? Piers Morgan, he knows how to blooming get his name said, doesn't he? He just comes out with things, doesn't he? I wouldn't take any notice of him. Oh, what happened in the England game? Oh, do you mean the football England game? Yes, I saw that. Who asked me about that? I did see it. Oh my God, that was awful. I mean, oh, crikey. Do you know, to me, this is quite a statement, but I believe it. It's only white people that believe that racism has got better. And I don't mean people are better at being racist. I mean, there's less of it. It's only white people that think that. There, I've said it. Maybe controversial, but it's what I think. So nowadays, you've got all these people saying, oh, well, it's not as bad as it used to be. And, people are punished because of it and this, that, and the other. That's not true. It's still not true. In certain areas, people are pulled up against it, about it. But there is always going to be an element of it. It's too deep rooted, and it's just, it's just never going to go away, because there's always going to be a them and us. And although I'm sort of in the middle, and I've always been in the middle, I just get my own type of racism, and it's from both sides. So, whereas people may assume because you're half and half that you wouldn't get it from one side. No, it's not true. You get a completely different kind. Because you get the white people that think you're just black anyway. You get the black people who think, well, you're not black enough. So you've got your own little group, really. And that group, which I'm pleased about, is getting bigger and bigger, because there are a lot more mixed children, and mixed children with so many different nationalities in their blood, and that is for the good. I think that's amazing. I remember this song years and years ago when I was growing up, and I found it very poignant. And I can't remember who sang it, and it was there was a line in it that said something about make throwing all people into a great big pot, and and then you mixing it all up, and then everybody comes out brown, because everybody has the same nationality, if you like, because they're all mixed together. And I remember thinking, I quite like that idea. And for a while I felt quite special, because I thought, well, I'm mixed. Do you know what I mean? But in reality, I don't think it's ever going to go away. I think it's helped by the fact that there are so many mixed races now, and I think that's amazing, and I think it's brilliant, and I think it's wonderful. But I think there are still, you get like corporate racism and all sorts of racism. So I sat down to watch the England match, and it was being played in Bulgaria. Well, Bulgaria is like Hungary, isn't it? Sort of that way. So they should really know better. But I do know that there's parts in Europe, especially Eastern Europe, that are very racist still. So anyway, England were playing, and every time a black player got the ball, they started making noises, racist noises, which I think, I'm not even going to attempt to make them. So there's a new ruling by the football authorities that racism will not be tolerated whatsoever in the football community. You want to bet? Anyway, so they've made this big thing, and England have decided on that time to use this against the Bulgarians. And I thought, yes, I'm glad I saw that, because England have got quite a few black players. Bulgaria have none. But that's by the by. You still, it's so ironic, really. I'm going off on so many tangents here. It's so ironic, because I bet the Bulgarian players, when they were growing up, looked up to players like Pele, who's black, and other black footballers, and thought they were wonderful. And yet they can watch, black footballers nowadays and shout abuse at them, but it's not those people. Anyway, it could go on forever and ever. Anyway, what I will say is I'm so glad that England took a stance. They contacted the Football Association while the match was going on. They stopped the match, and there's 3 stages that they have to do. The first one is to inform the manager and something or other. I'm not going to remember all the stages now. The second one, and that's what they did, and to stop the match. Then there was another one, I can't remember what that was. And then the third one is that they would leave the field. So I'm so proud of England, for doing that. That was amazing. Did anyone see it? Did you see it, Jacko? See, I know you guys not many footballers fans in here. I told you I'm a bit of a football nut. Oh, right, good. So Gary's put his channel link on there. Yeah, so if you wouldn't mind, after here, I keep the chat up. So if you wouldn't mind clicking on there and just see what's going on in poor Gary's life at the moment. It's so awkward when I hear gay people summing up my religion as guy bashing arseholes. When I'm sat there, a Catholic with a boyfriend, like, I know, gays, homosexuality and religion don't go together, sadly. I don't know why. Because people read the Bible and they put their own connotations onto it. So, and when the Bible was written, it was all man and man and man and man. So it's just, I don't think you should bring religion into homosexuality. The same as, you know, people have said that, you know, in the Bible, you shouldn't mix blood, you know, so no, I don't agree that religion should be involved in a lot of things, and most definitely not homosexuality. That's lovely of you, Laura. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Rye. But you can always watch the replays, can't you, sweetheart? Good luck on your new job. I'm glad you got a new job. It's very difficult being black and white constantly in between. Yes, yes, a lot of black people don't like, yeah, they don't. And, you know, white people don't realise that. White people do not realise that when you're mixed race, that you get it from both sides. They don't get it. Racism still exists, yes, and it's still very prevalent. But in most first world countries, racism isn't legally enforced, which does help. We have come a long way, but we still have a long way to go. Yes, we do. We do. And do you know, I think it's very difficult. And, you know, I don't say it lightly when I say that I feel racists are, it's inborn in them. You know, you normally find that they come from a racist background. And I'm not talking about people that walk around with hoods on the, you know, white hoods on their head. I'm not talking about that. But what I'm saying is the whole concept of it is very, it goes down generations, you know, and it's going to take generations for it all to go, if it ever does. I don't think it ever will. I'm going to a haunted house next Friday. Good luck with that. And in most cases, modern racism isn't something that's enforced by the law. It's enforced by small-minded people. Yeah, you can't change prejudiced minds by signing a new law. Absolutely, absolutely, Ollie. Oh God, on Friday I'm going spooky world with the kids. You're brave. I wouldn't go there. I wouldn't go there. I'm such a scaredy cat. I honestly am. I keep thinking I'd quite like to go trick or treating with the grandkids, but they never invite me. I don't know why. They go on their own with their little bucket. They come back with loads of sweets. I want to go one year. It's not fair. Racists are just uneducated people, idiots. Yeah, they're uneducated in the fact that I think they're small-minded. I wouldn't say they're uneducated. I'd say they're small-minded and they're blinkered. You know, they just see that. And it's ignorance. Yeah, you know, they're ignorant people. But I do feel that, you know, it comes from families or how you're brought up. I think, well, I can't really help it, but I'm more white than black here in Rayleigh. There's mostly white people. I have white family. If people don't mention race, I don't think about it. So are you mixed race, are you, Faraya? I think delusion plays a part as well. What? Prejudiced people who were brought up by other races spread their views to their children and so on. Yes, that's what I think. It's just a superiority thing. It is absolutely. I tell you, you know, it's very interesting. I don't normally talk about racism because it is such a wide thing. It's huge, and everybody's got their own stories on it. and everyone's got their own perception of it. But I will honestly say that I believe that in order to fully understand racism, as far as whites against blacks, you've got to be black, or you've got to have been brought up in an area where it happened for you to really understand it. You could be white and brought up in a black area, then you would understand it. You would understand it more than old Wilfred up there in the house on the hill, who has never encountered racism at all. So I think there's blurred lines somewhere, and I think that's important to remember. Hi, Shanoa, how are you? Thanks for coming. Sorry I'm late. Plays a part, yeah. Yeah, they want to feel good about themselves, so they put others down and take a stance. Yes, absolutely. People are just vile. And just as I thought society was getting better. Did you see it, Jacko? Because I know you like football. Did you see it, hon? What did you think? Hi, Vanessa. I think we just need to learn to be more open, more open to other people and other religions. Don't hate somebody because they're a different religion. That's just no. Why? Because they were born into that family and they have that religion. It doesn't mean to say that, they're nasty people. I don't agree with that. I really don't agree with that. Farai's having a Halloween party. Are you dressing up? I wouldn't go to a haunted house either, Brandon, so you're not on your own there, lad. I can't watch horror movies either. Once when I was trick-or-treating, someone gave me a half-bitten digestive biscuit. I'd have thrown it back at him. Not happy Jenny Ryan out. I don't know who you're talking about there, Ryan. No, you're talking about somebody else. Okay, who watched the Drag Race? We'll just talk about Drag Race quickly. Who watched it this week? I'm loving it. I'm loving RuPaul's Drag Race. So much fun. Those girls, guys, I don't know what they are, but they're fun. I like them. And did the right one go? Did the right one go, Ollie? Yeah, I do agree. Yeah, I know, Ollie. And yes, I do feel that you understand. But then maybe you understand it because you are in, how can I put it? In a persecuted group of society. Do you think that's possible? Because then you recognize it more and you understand what it's like to be persecuted for something you have no say over. It's just the way you are. It's the way you were born. And it's the same with black people. I think the racism to some blacks is vile in the UK. Similar to somewhere people, if you're minority, it's always hard. Yeah. Yes, I agree, Brandon. Ollie's enjoying Drag Race. Wrong person left again. Who left? Remind me who left. Oh, yes. Vinegar went, didn't she? I know. I thought something wrong was going to go. Something wrong. Something wrong. I thought she was going to go. But didn't she come alive on the lip sync though? I thought she did really well. Something wrong on the lip sync, didn't you? Billy's dressing as a pumpkin for Halloween for a party. You don't like Drag Race, Brandon? Oh, you're going to start a new school for Aya. Don't be nervous, sweetheart. Go in with a smile and you'll make friends. Your daughters are going as a cat and a witch. Agreed. Cheryl should have gone. People don't like Cheryl, do they? Why? Why don't they like Cheryl? Cheryl Cole. No, what's her name? Cheryl? What's that hole, isn't it? Yeah, I'm sorry to hear you've had racism as well for Aya. It's not nice, is it, sweetheart? But then bear in mind at your age, and I'm not belittling what you've gone through, but what I would say is that if people are going to pick on kids in school, it doesn't necessarily have to be because of the colour of their skin. They could have picked on you because you got big ears, or they could have picked on you because you got glasses. It's like, and they're using, as kids, it's learned behaviour. I believe that. When it's in, the younger kids, it's learned behaviour. So you could teach them. You could teach them otherwise. It's not very nice to, say something like that to me or to somebody of colour, because we would be offended because we didn't choose to be this colour and you didn't choose to be white. So, it's not very nice to do that. So maybe you could try having that sort of conversation with people, because kids, when it's kids, I would say in primary school and to a certain degree in, year 7, 8, 9, if you were to say to them, do you know how hurtful it is that you say things like that? I think they would listen to you. Because, I would. When I worked in a school, if I ever heard anything like that, I would take the child aside and I would explain it to them. I know it's a big ask to expect you to do that, but that's what I would try and do, Don't take it. Don't take it. But if you can possibly speak to them and let them know that you're hurt by it. That really hurt that you said that to me. Please don't say it to me again, because I didn't like it. It makes me upset. And if you say it to me again, I'm going to have to go and tell the teacher. There's ways of, just don't put up with it, darling. Is a guest judge now. Oh, is she? What, on RuPaul's Drag Race? That'd be interesting. Oh, did you, Jacko? Oh, I'm glad you did. It's sad that you had to. Jacko said that, after the match, he had to explain to his kids why it was stopped. But they need to know. They do need to know, really. I really don't like the Vivian. Last week I was calling her the Vixen, wasn't I? It's the Vivian. I really don't like the Vivian and Davina. Cheryl, I'm coming round to. Faves at the moment are Bag of Chips and Something Wong. How can she call herself Something Wong? I quite like the Irish boy. And I'll tell you for why, because he comes from a country that is, once again, it's ingrained in them. They're very homophobic, put it that way. I know that as a fact. So for him to be a queen, I think it would be wonderful for his country and for his community to see that he's done well. That's so I want, what's his name? Blue, isn't it? I want him to do really well. Yeah, I'm not sure about the Vivian. I think she thinks she's won, doesn't she? She think, she's a bit full of herself. But having said that, she's very good though, Ollie. Davina, she's the older one, isn't she? Isn't she the one that got emotional last week? Don't you like? I'm not sure if I like her either. I don't know. I think they're both. I don't know. I think, as I said, I think Vivian thinks that she's won. I think Davinia, is it? I'm not sure about her. There's something that I don't like about her. But then I feel sorry for her, so I don't know. Someone who bullied me at school contacted me on Facebook last night apologising. Wow. You blocked them. Yeah, I think that's probably the right thing to do, right? You know, he should have apologised, or they should have apologised a long time ago, not wait until they're on Facebook and they're hidden behind their screens, to apologise. But that's up to you. If that's what you felt was the right thing to do, right, good for you. Someone Someone said fatty to me one time at school. Oh no. See, the kids are the worst. They are. They're not very nice. I also like, yeah, Blue Hydrangea, that's her name. You think he's super hot, do you, Ollie? Yeah. Yes, I agree with you there, Ollie. Oh, I'm sure you'll be fab, Faraya. Let me know what you dress up as. Do you think he's gorgeous? What did you think of Scaredy Cat? I thought he was good, but at first he said when he first spoke on there, he said he wasn't gay, but then the next episode he said he was bi. What do you think, Ollie? Do you think he was gay, or do you think he's bi but doesn't want to come out as bi, as gay? Because I understand that a lot of gays come out as bi first because I think it softens the blow. Really? And also, he's got a girlfriend, hasn't he? He's gorgeous, says Ollie. Not him, though. Oh! Scaredy, have you been watching it, Rye? Have you been what? Did you watch it this week, Rye? I thought, out of all of them, I thought Scaredy Cat was really very good because she's so different to the others. But yeah, I was somewhat surprised that Vinegar went because she's been on the stage and everything, and I don't know. I just thought that she had one up on the others as far as performance went, but she couldn't perform to save her life. Scaredy Cat was great. I loved his aesthetic and bubblegum style. I think he's probably bi, but I couldn't say for certain. Yeah. Yes, I thought she was the most unique out of all the queens. I'm surprised she went, actually. I thought she was really good. Oh, you could be right there, Rye. They're keeping Cheryl in to meet the real Cheryl. But she's not liked by the others, is she? But then some of them know each other, don't they? And isn't it true that these queens were handpicked by RuPaul? So some of them probably know each other anyway, don't they? I find it quite fascinating. I think it's interesting, and I think good for them, to show what they do because it is an art. It's a form of art, and I love art anyway. Um, I don't necessarily like the grotesque looking drag queens. I don't like that. But I like the way they do. I mean, I will say that Vivian, her transformations are incredible. I mean, she's just. I think she does the best makeup and everything. Although I do feel that that other one, Davina, did a good. What's her name? Davina, what was it? She's good with makeup as well. But then they're the oldest, aren't they? Those two. Not sure about Bag of Chips. I'm not sure if I like her or not, guys. I like Scaredy Cat without the drag. He looks great. Yeah. Yeah, sorry, Vanessa. We've got a group of my friends here, like drag queen, uh YouTube. What's it called? RuPaul's Drag Race. So I like to chat with them because they might not chat about it otherwise. They might not have anyone to chat to about it. Time for Bag of Chips to leave. Yeah, I'm not. I mean, she seems to be the comedian. Mind you, they're all quite funny, aren't they? But yeah, I don't know. But isn't she good friends with Vivian? Yeah, I know. Cheryl was on Strictly last night. You love Bagger. He's just so funny, and I could imagine myself getting along with him. There's someone you just want to go on a night out with. Yeah, you would have an absolute scream. I did feel that what's her name? Vinegar. Although I was surprised she went, I just didn't think she was in the same league as, say, Vivian. Was she? I thought she was a bit, I don't know. What did you think of their outfits? What did you think of them? Whose did you like the best? I thought Vivian's was really good with all that tape. I didn't even realise it was tape, guys. But it looked really good, like with the great big shoulders. Do you remember? And it had like all the tape hanging down. I thought that was good. Cheryl had the glove ones, didn't she? And who else? What else was it? I didn't think much of Something Wong's outfit. Not at all. I didn't think anything of that, guys. I know she made a suit and she sort of put pleats and everything in it, but I just didn't rate it. I mean, it was meant to be, they're meant to be sort of all dressed up, and she just didn't look it. And I will say that I did think that Vinegar's outfits always let her down, always. Something actually looked good, was shocked that he was up for elimination. She rocked the big boss look. Oh, but a shirt would have been good. Yes. What was that? It looked terrible. Yeah. All my old school people picked on me because of my name. Oh. See, they pick on, bullies will be bullies. They won't necessarily be racist, but they'll pick on you about something else because that's what bullies do. They pick on people. So, just feel sorry for them because deep down they're not happy people, Faraya. Deep down they're sad because they have to bully people to make them feel good about themselves or to make their friends laugh. We just made her cry. You don't want to be like that. So just keep away from them. Ignore, move on because they're very sad people and they'll grow up to be very sad adults. Can't wait for Halloween on Strictly. Yeah. Someone's going to Italy next year. I'm driving there. with girlfriend and kids. It shall be fun, a long drive. Do you know what, Jacko? My best friend is Italian. She drives there every year. I say to her, I don't know what I'm doing. I say to her, are you mad? She's been doing it for years, but what she said is as she's got older, she's getting more and more worried. But yeah, it is doable. It is definitely doable, Jacko. Yeah, I like Halloween on Strictly. That's going to be a goodie. I seen my Auntie Kim in B&M today. Did you, Billy? I probably liked Strictly 2018. It's because I have huge crush on Ashley Roberts. Oh, have you? She's going out with what's his name? Oh, what's his name? Who's the Italian in there? Giovanni. That's the one. I miss Pasha. I know. I remember the one guy who used to pick on me. I just let him do his thing. He was obviously dealing with some stuff, and I saw it as a kind of goodwill thing to give him a way to release his anger. Oh, Ollie. Oh, you're such a thoughtful boy. But you shouldn't have let him get away with it. But then what can you do? If they're bullies, they're bullies. Do you know what I mean? My kids think they will meet Pinocchio. Oh, do they? Oh, bless them. Maybe I'll have to try and do something. Maybe you could buy a Pinocchio, and then when you're there, you can bring it out somewhere. Are you staying in a hotel or somewhere? If you were staying in a hotel, you could let him be in the drawer or something, and then your kids find him in the drawer. Oh, they remember that forever and ever. Maybe do something like that. Get a Pinocchio, just a little one, so that it's not, too big. It won't go in the suitcase or anything. Oh, that's a lovely idea. Now, looking back, I don't think I did him any favours. No, you wouldn't have done him any favours, Ollie. The bully. Karim dancing to Who Let the Dogs Out was fantastic. Yes. I'm doing the London Marathon. What? Are you, Jacko? Wow. Yes. When is that? When does it happen? Head teacher watched me getting beat up. No. Oh. That's horrible, right? Oh, got to take me pills. Right, it's time for me to go. It's been pill time.
It's currently.
Guys, I kept forgetting to take my night pills, and it got to the point where it's like 2 o'clock in the morning. I'll be like, oh, I forgot to take my sleeping pills. So I set it for 11 o'clock every night. So I'm going to go. We've had a good old chat tonight. Thanks, guys. I'll see you again next Sunday. What's happening next Sunday? Should be all right. Have a good week. Have a safe week. Have a happy week. And I will see you next week. Take care of yourselves, guys. Thanks for coming in, keeping me company. Can you give me a like? So just press that like button. It helps. It helps me to think that people actually like me. I'll speak to you next week. Bye-bye for now.